Hey Tim, Tom here with Thrive. Just making this quick video to do analysis of your online presence and kind of preview what I'm thinking as far as getting that to where you want it to be. So to start off, we'll just start with your website. I think I mentioned this last time we talked, but looks nice. The pictures are nice. But the main two things that you want in a website are for it to show up for people so they can find out about you. And second would be it drives engagement. So right now, when I look at your website, the first thing I see is that if I were to do analysis of what you want people to do on this, it's just that you want them to click here and get an estimate. People spend an average of less than 10 seconds on a website. That is going to include people that back right out immediately, a couple seconds in, and then people that spend a few minutes on here determining whether they're going to reach out to you. So right now, it's directing them, and this could be my internet a little bit, but it looks like it loads a little bit slow, which is going to drop engagement down. But you just want people to fill out this basic form, which is an email. And I assume that you either email them back or call them. Um, there are a couple things out there if you're looking at other sites, and what we would want to see out of that would be more like giving people options. What can they do with you? So we want it to load fast, we want it to show up for people, and we want it to drive engagement. So in order to drive engagement, everybody's a little bit different. People have different ideas of what they want to do. I would say, overall, more people are trending towards interacting online. And so if I'm dealing with a garage door company, probably what I want to do is get a quote, or maybe ask a question if maybe I'm more into the aesthetics and I'm looking at a specific type of door and I want to see if you can get it. Um, but whether that's I'm on my phone and I want to immediately call you, or I want to fill out a form and request a time to come in person to give me a bid or call me. Um, you want to give those options. So I'm just going to pull up a random other website that does a good job of this, hopefully. So we're just going to do a Google search for garage doors. We could do overhead doors. It doesn't really matter. Um, let's see, Spring Kings of Omaha. I'm in Omaha, so it's giving me Omaha. This is, I believe, let me just see. I think this is one of the websites that we've designed. Um, the aesthetics are important, but I would say they're secondary to um, engagement. So when I see this one, I can see directly at the top of the page. If I move the page, that contact information is always going to be there. So whether I'm going to call directly from my phone, whether I want to schedule now, which is an interactive calendar, I have multiple options. So do I want to do a spring replacement, general repair, free estimate for repair or service? Um, so I have all those options. There's the basic contact form. Maybe I've already dealt with you. I want to pay you. Various options for engagement. So that's what I mean by drive engagement. So no matter what I want to do, I can do it all from here. Call, schedule, pay, send an email. I don't have to search around. Um, that's what I'm talking about with engagement. So as far as where do you show up and where you don't show up, so we talked about the Quad Cities last time we chatted. So I just did a few Google searches to see where you're at now. So for Bettendorf, um, the ways that people can find you are going to be through the Google Maps, organically below, or through internet directories like Yelp. So right now we're promoting you on sites like yellowpages.com and Yelp, but your organic presence just isn't there. I will point out this Harris door, um, maybe a year and a half ago, year ago, so they weren't here. I actually helped them, so it's a reference there. Um, but being able to show up in the map section is going to depend on a number of things like reviews, the accuracy of your information online, your social presence, your website, perhaps some media, multimedia like video, are all going to play a role whether Google wants to promote you here. And it can be, move you to that section pretty quick. I won't spend too much time on there, but I also did the same search for Davenport. Same deal there. I wasn't finding you. Moline, no presence, and then also in Rock Island. So everywhere that somebody's able to find you currently, depending on how they do the search, is pretty much going to be through our links on our site. So how do people search? A certain amount of people are going to be through the phone book, 21%. A certain amount of people want to go straight to your website if they do a Google search. There's advertising. So we could talk about advertising as well as a way to make this happen almost immediately. And then 38% of people are going to the internet directory. So a variety of ways that people could find you. When we look at what are people typing in Bettendorf, this shows your website or the search terms, top 10 search terms, and then your website. So your website, you can see, is not showing up for most of these searches. Some of them not relevant at all. Some of them buried deep in pages on Google. A couple of them you do, if they do it a very specific way, you may show up. So I wouldn't say that you have no presence, but it's very limited there. This last column is your current digital program showing the different websites that we put you on. So if there's multiple of one color, that means two of our sites show up there. So if there's two yellow, if somebody does a desktop search, they're going to find you twice. If it's the blue one and there's two, that's two different websites of ours in our network that we're promoting you on. So to wrap this up, what I really want to, I'm going to put some questions in the email below, is to do a quick follow-up and see how Thrive can help drive that presence online organically so that you show up all the time when people are doing these searches, whether that's in the maps or your website down below. Not only reliant on sites like third-party sites like Yelp or owned and operated sites like yellowpages.com. And additionally, if you're looking for quicker action or to show up all the time at the top, there are advertising angles. So they're not mutually exclusive. A lot of people do both. The only thing I would say is if we are going to advertise to get you found there, that the website that people land on has those engagement pieces so that you're not going to have an inefficient program to where you're paying for people to come to the website and then they're backing out immediately because it loads slow or they don't have the contact options that they're looking for. So yeah, if you can respond to my email, we'll shoot for next Wednesday. I'll pencil in a time, but let me know what time works for you. And I'll cut this off because I try to keep these under 5 minutes and I went over. All right, talk to you soon.